Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to show you how to create a sample application like product management system using ASP.NET Web API, Angular 16 and EntityFrameworkCore. Okay, first of all I want to check the prerequisites like what is the current .NET version I have. Currently I have .NET version 7.0, but you can use 6.0 as well. Okay, let's check the version of Node. Currently I have 18.16. So 18.16 is the latest version, and if you do not have the latest version, you can download it from nodejs.org. Similarly, you can download your .NET framework from .NET.microsoft.com. Okay, and what else? I also need to check the Angular version ngv. Currently I have Angular CLI 16.0, which is the latest version. If you do not have the latest version, you can use this command npm install globally Angular CLI add latest. It may take a couple of minutes. Yep, it's done. Now I would like to create the project. One is for UI project and other one is for API project. Let's first create the UI project, ng new, and let's give the project name as PMS, product management system .ui. So it will create a new Angular project for us. Yes, I would like to add the Angular routing, and also I'd like to use CSS. It may take couple of seconds to couple of minutes. All right, now let's go inside the folder which is pms.ui, and I would like to open the source code in the Visual Studio Code. This is our code, and if you see under the source we have the app folder. It has app routing, app module.ts and so on, and this is our app component. Okay, first of all I would like to build it. Let's open a terminal and run the command like ng build. Okay, build succeeded. Let's run the ng serve dash open to open in the browser. Succeeded. So this is our template currently we have. Okay, and I would like to update this home page. So this is inside the app.component.html. So I would like to delete all the existing code except the routing outlet. We need the router outlet to render our routing, and if we save it, we can see it is empty. Okay, so what we wanna have here, I would like to add navbar here. So let's go to the Bootstrap, and first of all I would like to add CDN. To include the CDN, copy that CSS, Bootstrap CSS, and in the index under the link I would like to paste it here, the link, and then I'd like to copy the Bootstrap JS file, which is I should include in the index.html file. Okay, now let's go into the app.component.html. I would like to add Bootstrap navbar, which is under component, I guess, yeah, under components, and I would like to add navbar something similar to this one, maybe, yeah. So let's copy this source code and paste it here, and what it looks like. So this is our navbar, and I would like to use navbar maybe navbar dark, okay, and background also dark. Let's see how it looks like. Yeah, looks great. And I would like to use container, not the container fluid. Okay, looks great. And then I would like to change the navbar name here. I would like to keep it like our project name, which is PMS, our product management system. Let's give it a name, product management system. Okay, and what else? It has a home page here. What we can do, maybe you can keep it like products, and we need another one for add product, right? Also, and I do not need this to list here. Let's see. Okay, looks great at this moment. So first of all, we can add the link here. For example, currently it has href, which is hash, and I would like to give it a like router link, which is maybe products. So it's gonna be domain, then products. Okay, so let's give it a routing name, routing link, which is gonna be router. It's gonna be under router link equal products. If you see at the bottom left corner, we can see the localhost colon 4200/products. So but we need to configure the router. Okay, so to configure the router, let's go to the app-routing.module. Okay, we need to add the routes here. So we need to add an object which has a path. So this is our default like path. So we need to add a component which is, so we do not have the components yet, right? So we need to create the components. So let's create the components first. To create the component, let's open another terminal, like new terminal. Let's go inside the source, maybe app folder, then create a new folder called components. We also need another one for models and one more for services. Okay, so let's head over to the components. Then we can use Angular CLI command to generate the component. Let's give it a component name products. Okay, ng generate component, and the component name is products. So we have now our components, which is products. Okay, now let's go back to the routing module. We need to add that components here, which is products component. So this is a product components, and we imported that one from that source. Let's save it. We also need another one, another route for this products URL, right? So what we can do, we can create a path for products. Okay, and component is the same component, which is products component. Okay, if we save it now, we can see, if we click the products, we can go to the products and you can see the URL. Okay, that works. What else? Let's work on the products controller. So in the products controller, we want to see a table of the products. Okay, so we are gonna take help from Bootstrap tables. Okay, and I wanna see table something plain like this one. Paste it here and let's see how it looks like. Okay, we need to tweak a little bit. So we're gonna have a deep container, right? And also we need a h1 tag for products heading. Okay, and we need this. Here now we can see it is aligned. Looks great. Okay, so what we want to add, like, this is maybe ID, like product ID. This is a product name. This might be product type, and one more column for color maybe. Also we need another one for price. Okay, so and what else? We need t-body, which is here, but we do not need all these rows. So this is our rows. Okay, now we need to create that products list, which is gonna be under products.component.ts. Okay, so what we can have here is, let's create a list of products, which is type of product. So at this moment we do not have that type of product. Okay, so we need to create that product. So that is gonna be a model. Let's give the model name as a product dot model dot ts. Okay, in the product model would like to add an interface, export interface, name is product, and we want to add an id as in string, name as in string, type as in string, color as in string, and price, which is a number. Okay, so this is our model. Now let's go back to component. So I'd like to import that. So if you click on this one and press Ctrl dot, you can get this quick fix. So we imported product from the model. At this moment we have empty products. Let's create some products here. ID, give some number, whatever, then name, let's give it a name like t-shirt maybe. What else? Name, type, which is a garments product, color be blue, and price, which is gonna be maybe 9.99. So we have one product. Let's create one more. A different ID, maybe this is iPhone 14 Pro, this is mobile. Gold, and prices, let's say, yeah. So we have two products. Now we would like to show in the products list. So what we have to do is we have to run, like we have to loop through the list. Okay, so we have to loop through the rows. For that we need to use ng for. This is a for loop. We're gonna use let product of products. Okay, and we do not need this. I'm gonna show here product dot id, product dot name. Okay, product dot type, product dot color, and one more, product dot price. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, we can see both the products are in the list. Okay, looks good. What about if we do not have any product? I mean, let's say we do not have any products, right? It's empty. Then how it looks like? It's empty. So instead of that, we can tweak a little bit and we can show, like, if there is no product, just display no products found, right? So for that we need to create another p tag here, and no products found. Okay, so we need to use ng if here. Ng if there is no products variable, or products variable is there but length equal 0, meaning there is no products, right? Let's see. Yeah, no products found is there, but still we have this table. We need to hide the table as well. How can I hide the table? Come over here, we have to use ng if, like if products is available, I mean products variable is available, and products dot len is greater than 0. So which is opposite of this condition. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, so there is no product, and let's have some product. We have now some product, and we can see the text is gone and we can see the table. So UI is good so far. What else? At this moment we can create the API and hook up the API with the products component, right? So let's create the API project. I'm creating a new project. I'm selecting ASP.NET Core Web API. I'm going to give the project name pms.api. Okay, next. So I have .NET 6 here. You can also use .NET 7 and hit create. Okay, so this is our project. If we build this project and run it, and we would see there is an existing API in the Swagger UI, which is weather forecast, but we are not going to use that one, right? So what we can do, first of all, we can delete that controller, also the model, and also try to build it. Still it looks good, succeeded. First I would like to add the dependencies. Right click on the dependencies, manage NuGet packages, go to the browser and make sure package source is nuget.org, and I would like to use EntityFrameworkCore. So we need EntityFrameworkCore for SQL Server, because in the backend we're going to use a SQL Server database. Accept. And also tooling for executing, like for migration, database migration. Okay, so let's try to build again. Looks good, so far so good. Okay, so what we can add, we can add a controller. Let's give it a name, maybe products controller. Okay. So this is inherited from controller, and we are gonna use this controller as an API controller, so that we need to annotate that API controller, right? And also we can annotate the routing here. What is gonna be routing? Route. It's gonna be API and controller name. Okay, so this is the API. We do not need to return any views here. Okay, so we do not need that one, and we want to return actually all the products. right? At this moment we do not have the product model, so we need to add a model. Let's create a folder, give it a name models, and then add a new class product. Okay, so in the product we need to give the same properties. So we need like GUID, ID, name, then we need type, product type, another string type for color, and we need another one for price. Price is actually in decimal, so it's gonna be decimal, right? Okay, so product model is ready. We're gonna return the list of product from here. Okay, so before that we need to create DB context. So to create the DB context, we can create a folder called data. Okay, in the data we can create a class, name it PMS, maybe, yeah, PMS DB context, and we should inherit it from DB context. So we need to use the using context, using namespace here, which is Microsoft.EntityFrameworkCore. Okay, now at first let's create the constructor, which is PMS DB context, and DB context options, and pass it to the base options. And also we need another DB set products. So we need to import the product namespace. Okay, so far so good. We need to failed because of this method. We need to return something from here. Okay, so we can create our constructor here, and we can pass PMS DB context and give it a name, maybe PMS DB context. Okay, and we also need yeah, private variable, which is private read only PMS DB context, and we can assign that. We can also we can rename it a little bit, underscore PMS. Okay, so this is gonna be underscore PMS equal, and this is PMS DB context. So we need to import the PMS DB context using this namespace. Okay, so now we have the PMS DB context. Oops, it is actually DB. Okay, so what I can do, so this is actually get method, so we need to annotate with the HTTP get. Then And we are gonna use task, async with the task. So what we can do, we can get all the products, msdb context dot products dot to list, then we can return all the products. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to use await. Since we use await, we need to use list async. So to use the link async, we need to import this EntityFrameworkCore. Okay, now let's build it. Build succeeded, and let's execute it. And we can see we have this get method, which is API/products, and at this moment it returns 500 because there is nothing, empty. So if we click over there and hit execute again, because we need to resolve the service, meaning we have to inject the dependency, because this products controller has a PMSDB context dependency, right? We have to provide it. So how can we use the dependency injection to inject this DB context? Let's go into the program.cs. So to use the dependency injection, we're gonna use builder.services at db context. Okay, and our db context name is pms db context. Control dot import the namespace, and then options such as you're gonna use options dot use use SQL server. Control dot, we need to import this Microsoft.entity framework. Then we have to pass the connection string. Okay, so to add the connection string, we have to go to the app setting, and in the app setting we have to create the connection string, which is gonna be connection strings. Inside the connection string, let's give this pms db connection string. It's gonna be, and the value is gonna be server. Okay, name we have to provide, database, which is gonna be, let's say pms db maybe. Okay, and we have to provide trusted connection equal true, trust server certificate equal true. Okay, so first of all I would like to find out our server name. So I'm going to the SQL server. So in my machine I have a SQL server installed, and the server name is localhost. So you have to find out what is your server name. Okay, you can easily find out the your server name if you click on connect. And if you would like to find out the server name, click on the browse for more, click on the database engine, and you can find all the list. You can connect this one, but I'm gonna use localhost. Alright, and this is the database list. So I'm gonna give the server name as localhost. Okay, now go back to the program.cs file, and I would like to use the configuration, which is builder dot configuration, and get connection string, and give the connection string name here, which is this is our connection string name. It's giving me an error because of this. Okay, so that's it. So you're gonna use the SQL Server connection string. Perfect. Now let's create the database migration. So from the tools, NuGet package manager, go to the package manager console. Okay. First of all, I would like to add dash migration and give it a name, maybe initial migration. You can give whatever you want to do. Okay, and you will see we have a folder name called migrations. Okay, and so what you can do, update database. If we execute this command, it's gonna create the database and also table. If we head over to database, refresh the database, and we can see PMSDB has been created. Also a table has been created, which is products. And at this moment it is empty. Okay, now let's run the API again. This time you will see it will return empty. Okay, I had a breakpoint over here. You see, response is empty array. Also a status code is 200. Okay, because we do not have any data in our database. Okay, now let's create another controller, another method, which is the post method. We would like to add some products. Okay, so which is gonna be http post, and give the public async add product, provide the product from body, and type is product. We have to import the models and give it a name product. Okay, and so for the product ID, we would like to assign the product.id, because we do not want to pass it from the UI, so we can generate a new GUID in our backend API, right? And that's it. So we assign the product ID, and then what we can do, we can use PMS DB context products, add and product, right? Then tms dbcontext dot set changes async. We also need to use await here since we are using asynchronous method. Then finally return okay, and also you can return the product, the new product. So what is the complaining here? Oh, we have to use add async. Okay, so if we build it and if we run the project, we would see we have now two API endpoints. One is the products, other one is the product add post method. So let's try it out. We don't want to provide any ID because we are going to create in the backend, right? Let's say t-shirt. The product type is garments, right? And color is, let's say, red. Price is maybe 9.99. Execute. Response code is 200, which is success, which means success. And response body, because we returned that product, right? So we got the product with the new product ID. Now let's run the get all products method. Maybe we should disable that, and we can see we got 200 response and also response the product. Since we have the only one product, so it's only one product. That means it is working as we expected, right? And we can also verify the database. If we select the table, we can see the record is there. Okay, maybe at this moment we can hook up this get method in our Angular UI, right? So let's go back to our Angular UI. Now we do not want to use these hard-coded products anymore. We're gonna consume it from the API. So to consume the products from API, we need to use router, and also we need to create a service. That service will invoke the API. Okay, so first of all, we can implement on init. So this is gonna be ng on init. What we can do, we also need a constructor. It will take private the service. Also we also need a router. It is gonna be from router. Okay, so we need to import this router, Angular router. Now let's create the service. To create the service, let's go back to the other window of PowerShell, right? Let's head back to our services. So we need to run a command which is like ng generate as for service. Let's give it a name, products. So it's gonna create a product service. Okay, you can see product service class has been created. That's great. So what we need to do, we want to create like get all products method, and this will return the list of products, which is gonna be product list, right? We need to import the product. Also you want to make this observable. need another import which is rxjs. Okay, so we need to have a API base URL. Let's create that base URL, base API URL, which is gonna be type string. And what is our base URL? Let's check. So this is our API base URL, 7296 port number, right? So we can exclude the slash at the end. Okay, for now I'm keeping a hard-coded. Later I can move it to environment variable. We also need to import HTTP client, so we can use private HTTP, which is from HTTP client. We have to import this, so no code options is available. How can we import the client? Okay, to import the HTTP client, you have to go to app.module.ts. so here we can import the HTTP client module here. So what we have to do, import HTTP client module from Angular common / HTTP, and then we can add in the imports HTTP client module, right? Once we have it here, then we can go back to our product services so that we can import it over here, HTTP client. So that is resolved now. Now what we have to do, we have to use that HTTP client, this.http.get, and when I get it from where, from the base URL plus /API/products, right? So this is the base URL, which is localhost : the port number, then what is gonna be the API, see, /API/products. Okay, and yeah, we have to return this one. Also we would like to return a typed, which is actually product array. Perfect. So we'll get all the products from the service. Now we need to use the service in our component. So what we can do, we can call the service like this.product service, which is we do not have yet here. Let's say private product service type product service. Okay, then this.product service get all the products, right? So once we get all the products, we have to subscribe that the next, if we get any response such as like products, right? So we have to use those products, and if there is any error we can use that response however we would like to use. So this is the format. So what we're gonna do, we can assign those products to our local variable, which is the products, right? And if there is any error response, for now we can use console log. Okay. So we can give it a try. So far there is no products. Why is that? Let's investigate a little bit more. If we inspect the console and we see it, we have like access control allow origin. So we need to set up course policy. Okay, so to set up a course policy we have to go to our project, go to the program.cs file, and before authorization let's use course. Okay, so in the course would like to apply the policy such as policy allow any header. Okay, also allow any method, allow any origin. Okay, looks good. Let's build it. And run the API. Okay, now let's ng-serve again. Still, yeah, okay, we got the products, although I have only one product. Okay, you see this is 9.99. maybe we can use what is called pipeline currency, right? So you can see a dollar sign on the currency, on the price. That is a little tweak. If you have a different currency name, you can use different name, whatever. Like if it is like any name you would like to add, like BD, for example, it's gonna show you BD, like BDT, or whatever currency you would like to add. Okay, if you don't provide any, it's gonna be by default dollar. Okay, so that works good. Now we would like to, yeah, so home path and also the products part, both are working fine. Now I would like to work on the add product. First of all, I need to add that route, which is gonna be app-routing.module. Okay, so in another object path, it's gonna be, let's say, products/add, and component, which we do not have yet, right? So we have to create that component. So what we can do, go back to our components folder, then run ng G for generate, C for components, and this time give the name add product. Okay, hit enter. It will add the product controller. Okay, now we have the component which is gonna be add product component. Okay, successfully, and if we click on this one, it's not gonna work. Maybe we need to rebuild again, or you can type ng serve, it will build and serve. Oh, we do not have that link here. See, it's a hash only, right? So what we have to do, we have to add that router link, which is gonna be router link, and that's gonna be products, then add. Okay, now let's go back. Did something wrong? Let's check that. What is the wrong here? So that is the incorrect format. Okay, we click, we can see the products dash add. Okay, and this is the products controller. Now we need to work on the products controller. Add products controller, which is under component, add product. So this is the UI. So what we can do, we can go back to our Bootstrap, then let's find the form. Okay, so we need some sort of like form where we have like text boxes, right? So this is kind of similar. I guess we can use this one. It's kind of similar. Let's copy that one and paste it over here. Okay, at the top we can have a div, class name container, and that is gonna be okay. So if we come back here, we can see under add products we have these fields, but we do not need this checkbox, so you can delete this checkbox first of all. Then we need a label for this, is for name, right? You can give it a name. The label is name, type is like text, ID is for name, and we can also use name for name, right? We don't need this guy anymore at this moment, so we do not need this div also. Maybe we need, yeah, div is for this one. We have to close that. Similarly, we want to add this one for type, so this is gonna be type text field, ID is type, and name is type. So this is type. Similarly, we need more. This is for color. And we need one more for price, right? And this is gonna be number type. Okay, and we can have a save button here. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, looks great. So we can have a like h1 tag at the beginning. Let's say h1 add new product. Great, looks great now. And also what I can do, we can have a like column here, maybe, I guess. So deep row, and then deep for call 6. So this is gonna be 2 times indent. Okay, now let's see. Okay, we have now better text boxes. What else? Okay, so this is our, and how can we bind the model? So we can bind the model. We can type like ng model. It's gonna be model name, right? So what we have to do, we have to create that model name first. So let's give the product name, model name is gonna be new product, I guess. You can give it whatever you want. It's gonna be product type, and the object has like ID field, name, type, color, price. So this is our model, and we need to import the product namespace. Okay, now go back to our HTML. Now we can bind the product name. So our model name is new product dot name. Why is that complaining? ng model, yeah, looks great. 6.6. So after adding model, I see there is an error because we need to use form module in our app dot module.ts file. So let's import that forms module. Okay, and then add it under imports, so that will resolve the issue. Okay, so similarly we can add the model for other fields. This is for price. So what is the price, this is the color, and this is the type. Okay, Alright, and if we see the UI, this is still looks like this. Now we have to work on the save button. So to work on the save button, we need to add the form, like we have to make it like ng form. This is ng form, and we can give a like submit button here, ng submit, and let's give a method name add product. Okay, and we have to create this method in our component.ts file. So what we can do, we can come back here and add product. So we need a service for that, right? So let's go back to our service, which is our product service. So what we have to do, add product, and we're gonna have a new product here as a product type, right? And then so we do not have any ID at this moment, right? New product. So we can pass an empty GUID here, right? And then we can pass this new product to the HTTP post method. Type is gonna be product, and this dot base API, and we're gonna have that method URL, which is API/products. Also we want to pass new product as inside the, as a form body. Okay, so we can pass like empty GUID here, which is gonna be, let's generate that empty GUID, maybe empty GUID value. This is the empty GUID, or yeah, zero GUID, whatever. What is the error here? Component at product. Okay, we did not complete that at product yet, so we can then use the service add product, pass this new product, right? And once that is executed, we can subscribe if that is like observable. So we have to make that service return type as an observable product type. Okay, so you can subscribe. The subscribe, we can have two event. One is like success, other one is like if there is an error. So if there is a success, what we like to do is like we want to navigate to our products list, right? Oops, I forgot to add. We have to actually add our service. So how can we add the service? We need the constructor, which is product service from product service, right? We also need our router. Router. So this is gonna be from product service. So once this is success, what we would like to do, we would like to route to our product page, right? The products list. So which is actually products URL. If there's an error, we would like to see in the console log for now. Okay, so we can give it a try. Maybe add, let's say we have the product for t-shirt. Let's add the product iPhone, mobile type, gold color. Let's say price is $14.99. Yep, it works. So since it was a success and we navigated to the product space. Okay. What else? So we have that method ready. Now let's add like edit option and delete option. Okay, so to enable the edit option and delete option, we have to go to our products list HTML. So we need another column, actually two columns. One column is for edit, right, and other one is for delete. So what we have to do in the edit, we can see in the UI we have the edit, we have to mark, we have to provide the router link there. So router link for edit is gonna be, let's say slash product, right? Then we're gonna have edit, then we're gonna have product.id. Okay, let's see how it looks like. So if you have a row, and if you see at the bottom of the screen, the left corner, you can see domain name slash product slash edit and the product ID, which is GUID. Okay, that works great, and we'll work on the delete button later. So as soon as we hit on the edit, right now it doesn't do anything, but we would like to create the route for the edit. So we have to go to our app-routing.module. So we need to create our path, which is gonna be products slash edit slash colon ID. This is gonna be the variable, right? And also we need to create the component. So to create the component, we need to use the command, same command like ng components. Let's say edit product, right? So we can see you have the edit product component, so that we can assign it here. Component is gonna be edit product components. Perfect. So if we click on this one, we can see this is now in the edit product controller or UI, and we can also see the URL got changed. Okay. What is our edit product? Yeah. So this is our UI. So in the UI, what we would like to do is like we need to have the same UI we have in the add products, right? So let's copy this whole thing, come back here and paste it here. So this is not a new product, this is gonna be like update product, right? And let's go inside, let's create that let's say update product, which is gonna be the product, and also the product type, which is we can find it from here. Okay, so this is gonna be update product. I'd like to use it over here, and this is gonna be say update. Okay, so it's complaining the issue. We have to import the product model namespace, and we need to use edit product model is over there. Okay, that's good. So what is the error here? Oh, we do not have the update product method yet. That is the problem. Okay, skip it. Oh, cannot have the same variable name and the method name. So what we can do, we can change the variable name, maybe update product request, right? So where's the UI? UI is over here. This is an update product request. Okay, and the UI, duplicate identifies. What is that duplicate identify? Oh, looks great. Okay, so what I can do, we can go to the products, click on the edit. So we need to populate these products here, right? So to populate that product, we need to get the product from the UI, from the API, right? So for that we need to use ng init. We need to implement ng on init, actually on init. This is gonna be ng on init. So we need the constructor here because we need the router. We need product service. Okay, product service, and I think for now that's enough. Oops. What else? Okay, we also need active route here, private uh, route, which is gonna be activated route, because we need to get the ID from the route. Okay, so how can we get the ID? We can get like this route param map, and we can subscribe there, right? So in the subscribe we have a next, the next we have a list of params. From the list of params we can have a like ID params dot get that ID. Okay, so once the ID is available, right, then we can call the product service to get our product by ID. So this is gonna be this product service dot get product by ID. So we have to create that method in our product service. So in the product service we can have like ID as a string type, right, and it will return observable a product, return this dot http get product from this base URL slash API slash products slash the ID we are providing, right? Okay, so oops, okay, so at this moment we do not have this method ready, so we have to create that API method. Let's go to the API project, go to the controller, and then we can create a new http get method, and we have a route there which is gonna be ID, which is actually GUID. So public sync task product, or you can use iaction result. Okay, get product, and the parameter is gonna be GUID ID. So first of all, I would like to see if the product is available, right? So I can use PMS, DB contacts, products, first or default async, where x success ID equal ID. If product equal null, we can return not found. Otherwise return okay with the product. So this is the API we have. Let's give it a test. Let's first of all find out all the products we have available. Let's copy this product ID, and come over to the get method of the product, like provide the ID and execute, and we got back the response. So, and it's a 200. Let's provide something which is not available. Maybe this one. This is not available, right? So this is returned like 404 status not found. And we can see also the 404 the status response code. And if we provide a ID which is available, we can get back the response with 200 status code and also the product. So API looks good. Now let's implement that. We already have the implementation. We simply need to okay, if the product ID, if the product is available from the service, what are we gonna do? We are gonna subscribe this one since this is observable. Next, it's gonna be, let's say, response success. I'm gonna do this dot update product request equal this response. Okay, looks good. Okay, we lost it. The browser, we need to rerun again. If you click on this one, you can see it is pre-populated, right? And if we click on the mobile, you can see this is pre-populated. We can also show the ID here, right? I guess we can show the ID which is non-editable. Let's do that. So what we can do, we can have like ID field over here, give it a name ID, and just make it read only. That's it. Yes, it's read only. You cannot update, you cannot edit anything here. So these are looks similar. Maybe we can use a class background light. Yeah, little difference. Okay, so now we need to work on the update method. As soon as we click on this one, it's gonna update the product and it will redirect to the products list, right? Okay, so let's go to the edit product component, and what we're gonna do, we need to use again the product service. So we have to create that update product method, so which is gonna be update product, and it will pass ID as a string. Also update product request, which is gonna be product type, right? And once the update is done, it will return the product. So return this.http. This time is gonna be put method. So this is the http bar put we are gonna use to update our product. Base URL and that API path is API products, right, plus ID, and also updated product request as a body. So we need to create that method in the API side also. So this is gonna be HTTP put method, okay, and we still need the route, which is gonna be ID, okay, and give it a name, public async task action result, give it a name, update product. So from route we are gonna take like GUID ID and product type, which is like update product request. Okay, so first of all I would like to see if the product is available. How can we see? Await PMS DB context products and find async. We can provide the ID, so it will give us that product. If product is not available, meaning if it is null, then we're gonna return not found. Right? If the product is available, we are gonna update the product name with the updated request name, right? Write a couple of times, name, let's say type, color, price. Okay, then what we can do, we can update DB context and finally return okay with the product. So that's it. We can give it a try. Let's get all the products we have here. So we have here, let's say iPhone 13 Pro Max, right? I would like to update that product. So this is the product ID, and we do not need to pass, we can pass the ID. Yeah, we have to pass the ID usually. Yeah, name, it was iPhone 14 Pro Max, right? 13 Pro Max. I would like to update to iPhone 14 Pro Max. Type is mobile. Color, it was gold before. I would like to update like 1599, right? So yeah, let's execute. You can see a status code 200, that means it's got updated, also got the response. And if we execute again, we can see now it is iPhone 14 Pro Max. That means it is updating the database. We can also check in the database iPhone 14 Pro Max. Okay, now our API is ready. Now let's try to update from the UI. Okay, somehow I lost the UI again. Okay, what I can do, let's update the price. I feel like I updated this price a little bit more. That's $14.99. Click update. Oops, it did not redirect. Let's see. There's some sort of error or something. Maybe I did not provide the update product is there. Oops, it's empty. And how can you expect to update that product, right? So what we have to do, we have to use the service, product service, then update product. We're gonna pass this update product request.id and also the update product request itself, right? Once that is executed, we're gonna subscribe. Next, response. So then we want a response, like if it is success, that is the response, right? The router would like to route this to the product page. So this is the router that navigate, and it's actually a method. So you have to use parentheses. If there isn't any error, we can console the log. Okay. Oh, okay. I missed the success. Now let's see. So if we update to $14.99, did not update. It looks like there is an error. Now let's investigate it. If we update, it's not gonna update. Let's inspect the console, and if we see there is an error, it says 404. So what can be the issue here? If you see the API, it says API products, right? So in open new tab, you see product. We are expecting a slash here, right, which is missing. So let's fix it. If we come over here in the service, we need to add a slash. That was the issue. Now if we go back and edit the price, $14.99, you can see it is now $14.99. Updating. It can be updated anything, maybe iPhone 14 Pro, right? Okay, looks great at this moment. Now let's create the delete method, right? So what we can do, this time I'm creating delete API method first, and we're also passing the route ID, which is GUID, public async task action result delete product. We're passing GUID ID. Okay. Bar product await products dot find async by ID products equal null, then we can return not found, right? The product is not found. Otherwise we can delete by using remove method, and then we have to execute save changes async. Finally you can return OK, right? Or you can also return with the product if you would like to use that product down the line. So if we run the project, so let's find out a product, sorry, let's take this one and then go to the delete, try it out, provide the ID, execute, and you got 200 status code, and this was the product. If we execute again, get all products, you can see we have only one product available, the other one is gone. Now we can invoke that method in our UI. We're gonna pass a string, right, and it will return observable product. So return this http delete product on this URL API/products/ the ID, right? So now we need to create that on the product list, actually on the product list, products here. So now we want to create that router link. So router link is gonna be empty because we are not sending, we are not navigating to any other pages on this example, but you can extend that feature. But on click, we are gonna invoke the delete product method. You can provide here product.id. I think that should be fine for now. So we need to create that delete product method. So it's gonna be under products.component here. So delete product, and we get the ID as a parameter. Let's see. Okay, compile successful. So we can console log the ID to make sure that it is working as expected. Oops. So let's open the inspect console. If we hit on the delete, we can see that the ID is logging in the console, which is great. So what we have to do, we wanna delete the product. So we need to call the product service, the delete product, and have to pass the ID. Simple. And once we get back the response, we want to subscribe, then next. So once it is successfully done, maybe we want to reload the page, right? So if we want to reload the page, we can do it in so many ways. So this is one of the way. You can, let's take the current URL from this router URL. Okay. After that, this dot router navigate by URL, and skip location change equal true, because we don't want to skip. And then we're going to navigate to the current URL. We are taking the current URL from the router and then again navigating to that current URL. So let's see how it looks like. If you were to delete it, no, any error happen? Let's see. Delete. Okay, so not found because product is gone, but it did not reload the pages. Okay, so that is the issue. Let's create another product. iPhone 13 mobile, let's say gold, 13.99, maybe save, and if we click delete, it's gone. Okay, I think there was a glitch. So that is working as expected. So this is a crude operation using Angular UI, Bootstrap, EntityFramework, ASP.NET, Web API. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. I will keep updating, I will keep uploading new videos, and till then, bye.